Hello, my name is Kelvin Davis. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're back on last night. We were talking about home ownership, how I believe that home ownership is one of the easier ways that we can begin to generate or create generational wealth in our community. Home ownership, life insurance, and going into business for ourselves. Now, one thing that perturbed me, and I said I would share with you all, is back in the day, especially during the civil rights era, you would see the church incredibly involved in what was going on in the black community to help bring around civil justice for folks. You know, the church was a main pillar in our community. Now, of course, the church is still significant in the black community, but a lot of these churches don't have any sort of program or any sort of initiatives that they've set up to help the people. You know, they want us to give our time. They want us to give our talents. They want us to give our tithe. But how many of them are actually pouring back into the individuals with programs and things of this nature where I'm promoting home ownership? And what's got me perturbed, I have at least 10 pastor friends in and around the city of Birmingham, and I've gone to all 10 and asked, hey, I'm trying to do home ownership seminars, home buyer seminars. I have real estate agents that I know. I have mortgage people that I know. I know whoever you need to come down here, insurance, appraisal, inspection, you know, whatever you think you may need. Now, I think you really only need the mortgage person and a real estate agent and me as concerning credit, a credit person. Well, I heard from maybe 2 out of the 10 to say, definitely, I want you to come down and teach my people, inform them free information on what they need to do to get themselves in a house, what they need to do to get their credit straightened out, what they need to do to prepare for a mortgage, what they need to do to understand the type of house that they can afford without putting themselves in bondage for 30 years. And there were so many that didn't respond at all. You know, and then there were a few who responded, but the response was, well, I'm not interested in that. You know, not at this time, maybe at another time. And it just irritated me so. I say that we need to develop a sense of urgency as concerning home ownership, especially in our community. One of the reasons why, one of the many reasons why, is because there's actually a shortage of homes in the market. There were so many people who were trying to get into homes during the pandemic. People were paying what the sellers were asking plus money. It was like a bidding war to get into houses during that time. You saw house prices skyrocket. Everything was skyrocketing then. Toilet paper and Lysol, everything was skyrocketing then. But the price of homes were skyrocketing as well. People were trying to get somewhere to stay. And then you have the people who were like me, got the incredible interest rates, you know, 3%, 2%. We aren't going anywhere. You know, I'm not selling my house. I'm going to hold on to this bad boy. I'm going to ride it until the wheels fall off because my interest rate is so good. But in addition to there being a shortage of houses for sale, there are a shortage of new houses being built. You know, there don't seem to be enough. And I have a friend who teaches home builders. He teaches to the home builders test, and he's a builder. And I'm going to have him on my show, and he's going to speak as well. But he's told me that there aren't enough tradesmen in the industry to keep up with the demand for new homes. You know, and you see these groups of subcontractors traveling around from here to there, basically picking their work because the work is so plentiful, because there's a shortage of houses, that they're able to pick and choose, you know, which jobs they're going to do and how they're going to conduct themselves. But in addition to great demand, when you have a low supply, of course the cost is going to be up. I had a friend to say to me, well, I'm going to wait her real estate agent actually recommended that she wait to buy a house a year later. You know, I was telling her to go on and get into a house as quickly as possible. She said a real estate agent told her to wait until a year later because she believed the housing prices were going to go down. Huh? And now she's in a situation where not only have the house prices not gone down, but the interest rate shot up on her. So now she's in a state where she's still living where she was before, and she may have just had some, buyer's jitters and didn't want to move in the first place. But the argument is still the same. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait. You're going to get the increase in the value. And if it doesn't increase, and it will, I mean, real estate traditionally has increased over the years, but even if it doesn't, you need to have you someplace to stay, someplace that's yours, someplace that you can afford. But I just want to encourage the churches to begin to take it serious and begin to put together programs that are really going to help people, programs that are going to give us information. That's a lot of what we're missing in our community, information on how to get into a house, what it takes, how to qualify for a mortgage, how to get my credit straightened out. What type of insurance do I need? Whole life, term, for the state that I am in my life, whether I'm a 20-year-old or an 80-year-old, what type of insurance do I need? I'm sure there's a difference between the insurance that's right for a 20-year-old versus the insurance that's right for an 80-year-old person. What type of business should I try to set up? A LLC, a corporation? Should I continue to allow myself to operate this side business as a solo, not a solo practitioner, but a person who's just doing it in my name, potentially taking on a lot of unnecessary liability? I'm saying to the churches specifically because there are a lot of leaders in our community, and most of them are pastors in our churches. Well, I'm saying to the pastors, stand up with more than just the Word of God, which is very important. I love Jesus very much. But we also need something on this earth, in this life. The cattle on 1,000 hills belongs to God, where we are the children of God. Jesus was the first heir, but we are co-heirs with him. And with that being the case, there should be some benefit that we have in this life. And what I'm saying is begin to take it seriously and begin to allow your people to learn by bringing programs into the church that educate and inform our community. I'm calling out to the pastors and I'm saying, begin to set up programs if you aren't, and a lot of churches are, but more churches are not. It's just about anniversaries and Easter pageants and things of that nature that they've always done, just, going through the motions more or less. And I'm not trying to tear anybody down, but I am saying give us more than just a request for our time, for our talents, and for our tithe. We need the churches to stand up. We need you pastors to stand up and begin to give us information so that we can function in this world as God would have us to, more than conquerors, above only and not beneath. And I appreciate you.